The rules that came out of the Dodd-Frank Act over the past several years have reshaped the financial industry. FIA President and CEO Walt Lukken says this is a good time to stop and look at three key areas as we head into the FIA Boca conference.
No, FIA has called for a financial reform review and asked the president to do that. And we wrote the president a few weeks back to ask for that pause in the regulatory structure and to review what we have in place. And within that structure, as they do the review, we suggested three principles. One dealing with smart regulation and enforcement, one dealing with making sure our markets have access and people have access to markets wherever they may be in the globe, and the third being promoting fair competition and innovation. So we've been drilling down on all three of those topics whenever we talk publicly about our regulatory reform proposals. Well, it's making sure that whatever regulations are put forward are proportional and risk-based. So making sure that regulations are tailored to the risks that may be in the marketplace. And so, that is done through cost-benefit analysis, making sure that whatever we're doing is being weighed, both the costs and the benefits. The CFTC has a mandate to do that. We hope that they can bring more quantitative evidence to cost-benefit analysis going forward. I think the mechanisms are there to already do those types of assessments. But again, making sure that the harm and the benefits and whatever regulations are put forward are proportional and risk-based. So the data that we see from the federal government shows that about a third of the volume coming into the United States comes from foreign participants. And we know from talking to our counterparts in Europe that about the same going across the border into Europe. So for us, it's important that we make sure that there is cross-border access, that we avoid duplication of rules between governments that are allowing for that access. And if they have comparable rules and regulations, that we recognize that, and rather than directly regulate them, allow there to be substituted compliance or recognition similar to the equivalence regime that's happening in Europe. So we think there's a strong case to be made to the benefits of that global access. Well, there's tremendous things happening in the private sector that are innovative that I think can be brought to market to help the industry. And so oftentimes the regulatory structure may disincentivize innovation, but we want to remind people that the regulatory structure is meant not only to prevent harm to the marketplace or manipulation or to prevent fraud, but also there to promote innovation, responsible innovation and fair competition. So we think that there are vast benefits to creating a regulatory structure that incentivizes innovation, and there are benefits to the regulators as well. As these innovations occur, they may have better oversight tools as a result of those regulatory advancements and that technological advancement. Well, there's definitely a tone that is set, I think, by Boca each year. It sort of gives people a view of what the year may look like from a regulatory standpoint, from an industry standpoint. What are people thinking about? So my view this year is there's going to be opportunities. I think we've been playing defense as an industry for a long time, dealing with regulatory issues or whatever unexpected events might have occurred, such as Brexit. But this year, I think there are going to be opportunities for the industry to grow, to innovate. There may be some consolidation discussions in various sectors. So I'm excited to hopefully have that very positive tone come out of Boca. I think the other thing is Boca is always a big place where deals are made, and so who knows? I mean, who knows whether there's a great networking opportunity for a lot of the leaders of our industry. And maybe we'll get back to the time when there's big announcements coming out of Boca. But to me, it feels like we've turned the page from rule writing back to a balance of competition and strong markets. And hopefully that will be reflected this year in Boca.